Written by Scott Hancock and released in April 2018, The Helliax Rift is the 237th story in Big Finish's monthly range series, and is the first installment in a trilogy of news stories chronicling the Doctor and Unit's deteriorating relationship. I have to hand it to Big Finish. It must be tough coming up with catchy new titles for their Cross-Doctor trilogy series, but showcasing the Doctor and Unit drifting apart, or maybe I should say falling apart, that's a pretty good angle. Almost makes you wonder why something like this hasn't been done in the TV series before. Maybe swap out the Awakening for this story. Anybody got a time machine? The biggest draw to this title isn't the MacGuffin the Doctor is looking for, but his interaction with Unit. While they aren't necessarily evil, Lieutenant Colonel Lewis Price, played by Russ Bain, are just antagonists enough to warrant listeners turning their backs on Earth's British defenders. Bain and Davison share a lot of scenes, and the constant trust issues between the two make up the highlights of this story. What this story does really well is showcase just how much the Doctor needed someone like the Brigadier when he was stranded on Earth, even if he or the audience didn't always realize this. The story makes Unit into a great obstacle for the Doctor to overcome. Balancing the good unit from the bad unit is Lieutenant Daniel Hopkins, played by Blake Harrison, who also does a really fantastic job as the Doctor's pseudo-companion. The story also gives Hopkins a lot of character stuff to do, including one incredibly gut-wrenching scene, which cements him as a great addition to the Unit team, even though it's unlikely we'll ever see him again. Remember, this is 80s Unit. You might have noticed that I haven't mentioned the plot much. It's because I'm a little fuzzy on that. As I mentioned, this story has fantastic character moments, but the plot is nothing to write home about. While not bad, it's not memorable. It's not memorable. In fact, if not for the fantastic hook of the Doctor and Unit going up against one another, this story would have had a very different score. But since it does. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my review, feel free to make a human sacrifice to me, or maybe just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. I also want to thank Dungeon Scroll for becoming my first patron. Really appreciate it!